In today's video, we will give you the countdown for the top 10 countries with unusual tradition. Make sure you guys take down notes or remember this so you won't be shocked in case you witness these traditions yourself. Starting our countdown on number 10 is the use of red ink in South Korea. We usually use the red ink when we want to give emphasis to our notes or give remarks. Mostly, you can see these in notebooks or when the teacher hands in the result of your test paper. However, in South Korea, the use of red ink is for the name of the deceased family member. This tradition is based on their customs and history, in which it has been a practice to write the names of the dead people using red ink. So, if you are trying to confess your love to someone in South Korea, don't ever use red ink in your writing down your feelings, especially his or her name. If so, you better be ready to get rejected. Pouring on number 9 is the burial tradition in Brazil and Venezuela. Usually, when we attend a wake or a burial ceremony, we wear our black clothes, give our condolences, and then leave. But in Tanomami tribe, when a member dies, his or her body will be burnt to ashes. If you are wondering what will they do to the ashes, well, if you see them distributing a hot bowl of soup and the guests are drinking it, just so you know, that's where you can find the ashes. This has been their tradition and was based on their belief that it pleases the soul of the dead and will find peace and resting place in the body of those who drink it. How do they do that? It starts with a cremation-like process of the dead body. The members will wait until it turns to ashes. The remaining bones and ashes will then be mixed in the plantain soup and will be distributed to those who attended the burial. So technically and literally, you are consuming the dead man's remains. So, if ever you get to meet them and coincidentally invited you to the burial ceremony, you know what's in that soup that they will be serving you. Splashing on number 8 is the throwing of cinnamon powder to single people in Denmark. Yes, you heard it right. They have this strange tradition in Denmark wherein an unmarried or single people at the age of 25 are thrown cinnamon powder all day by their friends. So, if it is your birthday or you just turned 25 plus you are single, good luck to you and your clothes. Well, at least you can make cinnamon rolls and cinnamon tea with the dust on your clothes. Not too bad, but if I were you, I would travel somewhere far on my 30th birthday because the spice that they will be throwing will level up to pepper. But that would only happen if you are still single at the age of 30. So, if you are 25 years old, right, and single, you have at least 5 years to change your status. Scaring on number 7 is the Krampus Night of Austria. Krampus, or the Bad Santa, this is what you will see all over the place before December 6. Most of the people may be busy shopping for their last-minute Christmas decorations and thinking of the best gifts for their favorite people. However, in Austria, this is the perfect time to dress like a half-goat or half-demon and scare the children as well as the old folks. If you are wondering where did they get this tradition, the answer is the famous folklore in this country. It is believed that the night before December 6, a Krampus showed up in the towns of the country and have been scaring the locals. So to remember this folklore, a festival was dedicated to celebrating the Krampus or Krampusnacht, where people are dressed in a scary costume. To be specific, is the sheep skin and horns and march in the streets. The scarier you look, the greater the chance that you will win in their contest. So, if you happen to arrive in Austria or Hungary before December 6, don't be shocked if you see them in the streets and you don't need to think about the demonic creatures have invaded the land. Tying on number 6 is the tradition of the Romani gypsies, bride kidnapping. Kidnapping is a crime in most countries that we know. Anyone who does or exercises this can be punished and be placed behind bars. But not in Romani gypsies, because to them, it is legal to kidnap the woman that you want to marry. If you are wondering what this tradition means to them, well, based on their belief, if a man kidnapped the woman of his love and had kept her for 3 to 5 days, that means he has won her and has the right to marry her. Strange and scary if you are in the position of the girl who is held captive for days. Some of you may be thinking, it would be better if the one you truly love will be the one to kidnap you. Or, if you're in a relationship, you must look after your woman all the time so no one can snatch her from you. Counting ring on number 5 is the giraffe's neck of the Karen tribe. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. We have different definitions and standards in appreciating beauty, and so does Thailand's Karen tribe. Most supermodels have long necks and petite. In Karen tribe, they do achieve this by wearing rings in their neck. This tradition starts when a female in their tribe reaches the age of 5, she will start wearing the rings. So as she grows up, 5 more rings are being added to her neck. Having a long neck in this tribe symbolizes beauty and elegance. Now you know their beauty secret. Smashing a number 4 is the Polterband custom in Germany. Often before getting married, there are parties for the bride-to-be and the groom. These special occasions include friends and family members. We usually send them gifts and commemorate their single life. However, in Germany, they have this same tradition but with a twist. How? Well, friends and family members of the soon-to-be husband and wife will have a dinner in a house or a place that they prefer. Then, each of them will break, if not all, most of the porcelains in the house except the glasses. Based on their belief, this will help the couple to understand the importance of unity and hard work in their life together. So both of them have to clean the mess. This is also said to bring fortune and longer-lasting marriage. Jumping on number 3 is the El Colacho in Spain. This tradition has something to do with the babies and has been practiced by the locals in the northern Spain since the 17th century. It is commonly known as the baby jumping and usually takes place after the Feast of Corpus Christi yearly. Based on their belief, this cleanses the soul of the baby. But how do they do it? Well, it begins with a procession in town where a man is dressed as a devil, then the babies that were born on the previous year are laid in the mat. Next, the man who's wearing the devil's costume will run and jump over the babies. Sounds like a dangerous stunt, isn't it? But this is now a mixed tradition of the pagan and the Catholic. After being jumped, they will be cleansed with holy water by the Burgos region's Catholic leader in the church. With this process, according to them, a baby has a new soul. Steaming a number 2 is the coal walking in China. We have seen stunts in the movies as well as the exotic performances of the auditionees in the different TV programs. Usually, they do things that are kind of uncomfortable to watch, like swallowing swords, piercing of the body, licking hot coals, and more. In China, a custom is being practiced that is linked to burning hot coals. Based on their tradition, the husband must carry his wife while stepping on over the hot, burning charcoals before entering their home together. According to them, if the husband completes his step, his wife will have an easy and successful labor in their first child. What a great sacrifice from the husband! Counting down from number 10 to number 2, we have learned the strange culture of different people in different countries. Most of you must have been shocked since it is your first time to hear about them. If you think we are done, wait till we reveal our top 1 for this countdown. Topping our countdown for today is the initiation of the Sater Maui tribe in Brazil. The Sater Maui tribe in Brazil is known to have minimal contact with the outside world, meaning our practices are very different from them. This tribe has been practicing many ancient traditions, and one of these is the initiation of the 13-year-old male members of the tribe. But why at the age of 13? What's with 13? Well, because according to them, the boys will be considered men once they reach and pass the initiation. The initiation starts with the task of heading to the jungle to get the wild bullet ants. These bullet ants are famous in causing pain, like what you get from a gunshot. If you can't imagine it, here's more. The pain of one sting is equivalent to 30 times more painful bee sting. So now you know how they feel while collecting those wild ants. If you think that's the end, you are wrong, because that is just the beginning. The real initiation is the time when they put their hands inside the gloves with many bullet ants and stingers pointing inward. While being led in a traditional dance, they must place their hands inside 19 times for 10 minutes each. Only then, they can call themselves men. This painful tradition, according to them, will help them manage pain without a trace of weakness. Did that leave you speechless? I bet none of you wants to be in this initiation. We may find these traditions peculiar and unbelievable, but to them, it is what taught them to understand the essence of life and the values that they share. It is more of unity in belief and action to honor the ancient doctrines or grant the written memorials of their ancestors. Which of these traditions have you encountered during your trip? Or do you have your tradition at home that may be unusual to others? We'll be glad to know them. So transcribe your thoughts in our comment section. Since there are things that we do not grasp and was only understood by those who have experienced it, somehow your comment may enlighten the mind of many individuals. This has been a countdown for the top 10 countries with unusual tradition. Join us again next time for another exciting and informative video. Ciao!